Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I have two of some of the most accomplished Japanese cars in the market. So let's go and get started with the review. Alright guys, so today's video is all going to be about the 2018 370Z Nismo and the 2017 Subaru WRX. Let's go ahead and start off with the Nissan 370Z Nismo. Nismo was actually founded in 1984 and is responsible for making aftermarket performance parts such as engine components and aerodynamic kits. And if you're wondering what Nismo stands for, it stands for Nissan Motorsports International Limited. Now while this car is focused more on circuit racing, the other car on the other half is focused more on rally racing. Now, rally racing is a type of motorsport that takes place on private roads such as mountains, deserts, even public roads. Now, WRX, which stands for World Rally Experimental, was first introduced in 1992 and has since been a staple in the rally community. Both of these cars have such a long, successful history. Let's go ahead and get to what makes these cars so special. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do I have these two cars with me today? Well, let's go ahead and bring out our two guests. We have Ken and we have Dylan. Now, these aren't just two strangers. This is actually a father-son review, so that's what makes this video very special. So let's go ahead and start off with Ken. Now, Ken has this amazing 370Z Nismo, and we actually met about a few weeks ago while doing one of my reviews, and we stayed in contact to go ahead and crank out this video. Now, Ken, what made you purchase this car, and have you had anything like it in the past?
Before this one, I had the 370Z Roadster convertible, and how I got that was my wife told me since I was approaching retirement from UC Irvine that I should go out and buy a fun car.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was stunned because I was like, what do you mean fun car? And she says, a fun car, two-seater, that type of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it just so happened, the economy had crashed and Nissan was trying to get rid of three Roadsters. And so I ended up buying one. I was able to get a significant price reduction. And so that's how I got into the Z world,
Yep.
So, and then I had that since January 2012, and then recently, a few months ago, I had a second issue with my convertible kit, where the entire convertible kit stopped working, and unfortunately, they're extremely expensive. The first round, it was 11 grand. The second round, it was going to be 18 grand. And so the service manager said, contact Nissan North America, see if you can do a lemon law. And we went through the process, and within probably about 10 days, they gave me my original MSRP off of my Roadster. And so I put that down on the Nismo, and I couldn't be happier.
Have you noticed any differences between the Roadster and this car?
Yeah, well, one thing, this is 350 horsepower, the Roadsters are 300 horsepower, and the thing that I've noticed in driving this, it has a lot more power. It's quieter with the hardtop. That's a nice feature, but it's definitely got a lot more power. The shifting is much more smoother. It's the automatic paddle shifters, just like the Roadster was, but it just seems all the more fine-tuned and maybe just higher performance.
This car comes equipped with 19-inch forged aluminum alloy wheels made by Rays, and this year's model has mounted on some Dunlop SP Sport Max GT 600 tires, which share the same tread pattern as a GTR. So you can point out a Nismo edition car by its distinguishable red features that are found all over the car, as well as a specially made Nismo spoiler. So one of my absolutely favorite things about this car is the red Recaro seats. Now, not only are they stylish and very lightweight, but they're also made with a beautiful red Alcantara. And when you actually look at the steering wheel, you feel like you're in a sports car, so that definitely puts a big smile on your face. One of the first things you notice is when you sit down in these seats, you actually do glide in pretty far, and it's an actual sports car stance. And everything here is just laid out perfectly. It's very tastefully done as well. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about the WRX, which is my dream car. Now, Dylan, what made you choose this car? Is this your first car?
This is actually my third car. The last car I had was a Mitsubishi Eclipse. I was putting a lot of money into it every month, so I decided might as well just buy a new car and put money into that car instead. It was actually between this car and the FRS or the BRZ.
Yeah.
But it was gonna be like I'd be paying for a downgrade in power. So this one was a little bit quicker than my last car compared to the FRS. So I ended up deciding to go for this one because they're about the same price.
And what do you think makes these cars so appealing in the community of car?
Yeah, so WRX has been around for a long time. It's a nice 4-door sedan. This one is a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbo.
Definitely the all-wheel drive as
Yeah,
well.
all-wheel drive, yeah.
And don't even forget the turbo. That's
Yeah,
why I want
yeah.
this car as well. And the reason that turbos are really popular in the rally community is because some motorsport divisions have a cap size on the engine. So that turbo really does kick in and add a little bit more horsepower when you need it.
Yeah, another thing with the all-wheel drive is that it gives you an advantage on dirt, snow, gravel, and even cornering. It makes it a lot more smooth. Yeah, so the Subaru WRX, this specific platform is the FA20. It comes with 268 horsepower and 258 pounds of torque. And a little fun fact, this car actually gets the most tickets in the United States. A lot of people wonder about the hood scoop on the front of the car. It actually pushes the wind to the top-mounted intercooler. Usually on most cars, it's located on the front or on the grille, but Subaru actually designed it so the hood scoop creates airflow into the intercooler, which also it cools down the air for the turbo, which feeds back into the engine. These wing stabilizers are supposed to help with stabilization of the wing during high wind situations. The point of them is to give you more accurate downforce, but honestly, I just got them because I like the way they look. But yeah, there's no like performance gain or anything, but they look cool at least.
So I do have to ask you guys, what got you guys into cars?
Well, I think for me, we had 5 kids, so most of our cars were practical cars.
Yeah.
But he's our youngest, and so as you get older, you want to try to get something that's a little nicer. And of course, my wife gave me permission to get a fun car, so that got me into.
That's rare.
That got me into my car, and I love it. I love the control and the feel.
Definitely.
Just love it.
Yeah, for me, it was my older brother. He wasn't like super into cars, but just the way he drove kind of got me into cars. And then I got my second car, the Eclipse, and like I don't know, it's a cool car to kind of like modify. And then this being my third car, like a lot of parts for this car, super fun to modify, stuff like that.
And it was a good thing you had that Mitsubishi to go ahead and start off, test the waters when modifying and learning how to drive stick as well.
Yeah.
And I do want to ask as well, do having these types of cars bring you together as a father and son? Do you guys do activities together, go out for drives?
Well, a lot of times we wash them together.
Yeah.
And we do hop in the car, go in and out together a lot. So we take turns doing that, but it's fun to help support each one of our kids finally get their car of their dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they have done it on their own, and sometimes a little assistance, but it's awesome.
These pipes don't have mufflers on them.
Is it really that? I'm a little excited. Go ahead and do it. Alright guys, so you already know the driving portion's coming up, so let's go and get into that. be today's video. While we did the driving portion of this video, it was actually really enjoyable. The 370Z Nismo was actually really comfortable, not too stiff, and it was actually quite quick. And as you already know, the WRX is one of my favorite cars, so I'm already going to say good things about it. Go ahead and shout out your Instagram.
Oh yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's just my license plate. It's ISA and then a dot and then WRX.
Yeah, that way you can go and keep up with his future mods. And special thanks to Ken. Thank you for having me over. Thank you, Dylan.
Cool, man.
And if you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. That's going to be today's video. See you next time.
Cool.